I'm Dorothy Lorig. I have a master's degree in counseling psychology from the University of Colorado, and I've been practicing reevaluation counseling for over 16 years. But what I'd like to talk about today is how learning about 9/11 affected me as a mother and as a person who's long been concerned with social justice issues. On the day of 9/11, I saw the second plane crash into the South Tower. I got to the TV just in time to witness that. After 9/11, we seemed to talk about nothing else at our office and with my friends, and I remember in a reevaluation counseling session just crying my heart out as I thought about the children who were orphaned on that day and thinking about the people who were forced to jump out of the towers and the terror they must have felt. And I couldn't get my head around how people could have been so mean, so hostile to do that, knowing how it would affect people. However, I also was having some misgivings about the official story, even early on. As a student of psychology, I know that behavior is purposeful. Maybe not terribly impulsive behavior, but behavior that involves a lot of planning and coordination, like 9/11 certainly did. So that misgiving stayed with me, and yet my emotional reaction to 9/11, the fear and the rage and the grief, had been so strong that I sort of put those intellectual misgivings on hold for a long time. And later on, as I researched and integrated more of the information, I also had to come to terms with the very uncomfortable feeling of being a dupe, of being a sucker, of believing what the government told me without checking it out for myself first. I consider myself to be a well-educated, mature adult, and to realize that I had just absorbed the government story lock, stock, and barrel without really questioning it was very humbling. It was not fun. It really made me question my own intelligence and my own integrity. One thing I know as a person with a degree in psychology is that psychological terms can be used to hurt people as well as to help people. And we can marginalize people. We can say that they're nuts if they believe something that the majority of us do not believe. This has been happening with people who've been learning about 9/11 and are trying to do something about it. 9/11 is a very difficult subject for people to look at. It's full of tragedy, it's very grim, it's very sad in every conceivable way, and the consequences of 9/11 have been very tragic for many, many people. But I like to also look at 9/11. I want to give people a sense of hope. Eventually, I was able to realize that 9/11 presents an opportunity for us to find our sense of integrity again, to find our sense of courage, our sense of optimism, that now that we know a little bit more about how things actually work, how wars are actually created by governments, how governments get people to go to war, we have an opportunity now, a wonderful opportunity, which fills me with great joy, to do something about it, to find a way to stop this from occurring again. There is no greater joy than coming together with people of conscience and standing up together for what's right.